Hey, what's going on, Star Wars fans? I got my buddy's friend's paintings, and specifically this one, so powerful. Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader. The hero turned villain turned hero at the end of his life. Such an awesome story, such an epic saga. So, this is my YouTube channel introduction into the Star Wars saga and potentially what could be the recreation of episode 3, 4, 5, and 6 if Disney wants to give me the rights to do that. That would be awesome. I was just talking with about four of my friends about recreating the Star Wars saga with the original actors, right? Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, and Ewan McGregor. What if, Star Wars fans, just imagine this, right? We got the rights from Disney to recreate episode 3 and call it, instead of Revenge of the Sith, call it The Fall of the Sith and the Rise of Anakin Skywalker as potentially the future emperor of the galaxy, right? Instead of him turning to the dark side, right, he fulfills the Force prophecy and becomes the emperor of the galaxy with Padme as his queen, and then reestablishes the Jedi Order, gets rid of the hypocrisy, and establishes peace in his empire. And, I've got ideas, right? I've have them written out on my Facebook page. I could tell you them briefly here. But yeah, if you give me a year to come up with a script for Star Wars Episode 3, a remake, into 4, and then Anakin doing like a deep dive on the origins of the Sith and like eradicating the Sith, but then like the rise of a new Sith Lord after, in my version, Mace Windu would be almost destroyed by Palpatine when Anakin was waiting, and Anakin, upon arrival, sees, Mace being slain, and then in him, it's puts aside the fear of Padme's death and slays the Emperor or slays Palpatine, the Chancellor, and then through that, the Force destiny prophecy is fulfilled. And then through that, respect from the Council of the Jedi and like the finding out of Order 66 and like the fulfillment of all the things that Qui-Gon foresaw in the boy, now a man, comes to fruition in the Council giving Anakin the Jedi Knight approval, and then potentially beyond that into Emperor status with Padme's influence in the Senate and in the Galactic Empire. And like after the Civil War subsides, they see that this young family and this young man with the birth of their two twins would actually be a benefit to the Empire, not just in the sense that, hey, he wants power, he wants almost like a dual rule, like the Roman Empire. Because, George Lucas, he knew what he was doing when he named like all these different characters, and even like Darth Sidious and the Siths, like all of these different names come from German and Latin origins, even Greek origins. And right, if you make it like the Roman Empire, where there is an emperor figurehead with with a senate, like Rome did, it would make sense for the setup of the next 4 movies, right? Or the next 3 movies, episode 4 into 5 into 6, with a young Luke and Leia. So this is kind of like my it's kind of like my advertising or my bid, so to speak, to Disney to get the rights to potentially film not the original trilogy, because that is what it is. People are going to still be in love with that for until they're dead. But if we did with a 42-year-old Hayden Christensen and a 42-year-old good-looking, you know what I mean? Good-looking Natalie Portman, and made it like a Star Wars Force family saga, dude, with like an alternate ending, who wouldn't go watch that? For real. Like, as a Star Wars fan myself, like, that is thinking. Like, they're still alive and they can still act, and we could make an epic, epic movie. And I don't want to give away all my thoughts. I'm still kind of on my forum, like I said, trying to get more understanding regarding just what could be put in. And I've got like them named out, and I have good plots, but I don't want to give away the whole story. I'm just saying, I'm going to end this hopefully soon. I'm just saying that could be in the works if somebody in the right place watches this video, So like it, share it, do what you can. If you want to see what I'm saying come to fruition, because it could happen. For real. It could really, really happen. So yeah, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker. Who wants to see that? If you do, like, subscribe, share, and who knows? Disney might come calling, come knocking, and be like, hey, for real, what you got? Like, I'm already an author. I'm about to be a published author with the story of Blind Beauty. That's going to be what it's going to be, but this movie, this saga, it should definitely keep its weight. I didn't really like the way that the newer series ended, just my own personal opinion. The original story with George Lucas's ideas was epic and awesome. And yeah, there's just something about the Anakin character, man. Like, if he didn't turn to the dark side, if he didn't become a Sith Lord, right? Like, what would have happened if Padme didn't die? And, you know, just that Star Wars family, like, there's so much there that could be shared on film, and it would be like not the obvious ending, but an alternate ending that we could film, and it would do great, in my opinion. Like, people would love it. And I personally would love filming it if they gave me the rights to film it, write it, and film it, just like Lucas, right? The guy had an awesome idea, and he sold it to Disney for $2 billion because he loved the story, right? Just like I love writing and writing stories and telling stories, right? A writer who becomes a movie producer is, in my opinion, better than just some guy that gets thrown money to make something that makes quote-unquote money. A good story, let me tell you this, I've said it for years, a good story will make money. If you just throw money at somebody who can't tell a story, it's going to suck. It's going to fail. So a good story will make money. Good writers, good storytellers don't write stories to make money. They write stories because they love doing it. So I love stories. I would love to do a remake with the Anakin Skywalker character and with a Force family emperor, right? And I've got some great ideas. I'm not going to share them right now, but hopefully more on this to come. And yeah, may the Force be with you. Peace.